Alright guys, here is patch 1.18. So they released the English translated notes like pretty much back to back. So let's just get right into 1.18. There are quite a few adjustments here. The patch notes this time aren't as big. Of course, we would expect a ton of information from the previous patch anyway, because that's when DLC 2 came out. So let's get right to it. Increase the number of special effects given to accessories with the ethereal rarity. The number of effects given to them is when you boost them to ethereals is now standardized. This is good. Overall, this is a nice buff. I think if you have something of ethereal quality, especially with an accessory, it should be pretty damn awesome. So that's good. In the Stone of Penance menu of the shrine, if an ethereal accessory is deposited, then the resting rites are performed. It will gain a special effect if it has a free special effect slot. This is good. That is very good. So that's really nice. It doesn't mean ethereal accessories are pointless in putting there in the stone. Now you've got a reason to do it. Okay, I guess this is kind of just like a little issue. You can't really receive the stone when resting rites can be selected. That way you don't just like accidentally screw up. So that's good. The number of remaining uses is reduced after you use the 3 Nimpo that were introduced with DLC 2. I know for a lot of item cancel fans, this is unfortunate because one of the exploits players would do would be like do a bunch of attacks, do Exorcist Blade, key pulse cancel, and they would still retain the Nimpo. It was cheap, admittedly, so I think it's okay. This is nice. Added the ability to push back for Umbral Bullet for the equivalent of the Piercing Void Nimpo. Yeah, this is good. It certainly makes it a powerful choice to use. Lowered the amount of health an enemy recovers when attacking a visitor or NPC under the effects of Curse of the Wise. So, yeah, fine by me. Adjusted the amount of accumulation incurred by basically Gaki. Fuck Gaki entirely, is my opinion. But yeah, it gets annoying when you get paralyzed in like 2 seconds, regardless. Alright, the status ailment given by the special effect Ominous Pact has been changed so that it is not influenced by the effects of Oneomagic Sanctity Talisman. Basically, this was necessary because what could happen is you'd pop Sanctity Talisman and negate all the negatives to Ominous Pact, and you could just spam Soul Course nonstop. So the joke that Twitch chat is having right now, I'm sure, is that there goes my lovable Epon spam. I can't do it anymore. I mean, I still do it anyway without the thing, but can't do it as easily now. But this was necessary because, come on, it's just brain dead gameplay. Spam a Soul Core over and over again and not have to do anything. So this was good. I believe you can still kind of negate it by Impurity Transference Scrolls. So is it fully addressed? Perhaps not, but at least with the Transference Scrolls, you have to, it's not just like willy-nilly you can spam forever. So there's that. This is nice when performing a Grace Inheritance on the Soul Match screen. Fine by me. It's nice to know when your gear is going to work, and that's helpful. Okay, so bug fixes. I've had this happen. Basically, I would take out Raiko, as she's called, and it would happen like this, and then the screen would turn black, and I'd have to like kind of fumble my way to find a way to exit the level. So that was an issue. Fix an issue in, okay. To prevent correction, again, just a basic sort of bug fix that's essential. This was strange. I'm sure a lot of players actually had this. I had this happen. I would finish one of the missions in the DLC, and then what ended up happening is that it would put me right back to Dream of the Samurai. Annoying bug. And then I think some other players, you know, they'd continue playing the DLC as they'd expect, and then it'd just be like, wait, why are things dying in like 2 seconds? So this was a pretty big bug. I'm glad they fixed it. Made it difficult to lock on Nioh. Okay, fine by me. Let's go on to the next page. Basic bug. A lot of these seem to be more basic bugs. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so far a lot of these things are just, You know, just pretty basic bugs. Let's get to bugs related to weapons and other things. That might be perhaps a bit more valuable. Maybe I missed something. My apologies if I did, but again, you'll have the link to the patch notes if you want to go through things in depth. Fixed bugs related to fists. The fist active skill takedown. And what was the issue? Basically, a player, if they took an attack from an enemy other than the one it was locked onto, would instead activate against a locked on enemy. Aw, man. Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, it certainly is an exploit. A kind of one, not really a big one, but it makes sense. If it's takedown 2 is only supposed to work against an enemy that is out of key. So if it works against an enemy with key, it's kind of cheap. Fix an issue where enemies would get up after falling to the ground when they were defeated. Okay, I guess. Fix an issue with battering ram where the camera would lose focus on the player when it would occur nearing a wall. Ah, that's fine. Occult practices. My wife can do all the dishes she wants. No, it's okay. It's just because they're loud sounds. Don't worry about it, dear. It's just loud sounds. Don't worry about it, dear. Alright, continuing on to bugs and special effects. Fix an issue where the special effect versatility that caused multiplication of damage or overlap with other buffs. Okay. Fix an issue where auto life recovery didn't activate. That's essential. Fix an issue where certain things again didn't activate. This one's actually pretty major, where yokai hit, ability hit, sort of soul core special effects didn't activate properly. I mean, if they didn't work, why would you even use them? They're pretty big. They're like increased attack or increased defense or increased key recovery. So if you're specifically having those on your soul cores, you're gonna want them to work. Okay, fix an issue where the visual effect for HP recovery would show even outside of missions. That's kind of funny. But okay, my wife so kindly made me dinner. Thank you so much, dear.
Fine.
I know. It's just...
Or else they're gonna get Shrek.
Okay, I know, you're gonna Shrek them if they complain. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. So, continuing onwards. Fix an issue with the visual effect. Okay, I just talked about that. Where health will continue to recover even during battle. If a Revenant had the Guardian Spirit, Blessing, Calming Breath. Oh! That's what was going on. Okay. So, you know how sometimes you fight Revenants? And their HP would just regenerate, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And there was speculation that it was like, oh, Ultimate Constitution. That's what they're building. Nope, they were using this Guardian Spirit. So, yeah, that's kind of bad. I'm glad that they addressed this. This was kind of a big deal. Alright, fixed an issue with the special effects, opportunists, and takedown were not working with follow-up active skill combinations. Okay, good. Good to address that. Alright, continuing onwards. This is actually really huge. Opportunist key recovery special effect wasn't working properly. Now you'll notice it. So if you're one of those, I guess, Royal Guard fans, now you can just chain opportunists back to back and get your key back. So you can have a lot of fun with it. So that's good. This is strange. I did not notice this. Fiction issue where the activation for the Mystic Dyad would cause the number of hits to decrease. Weird. Okay. This is interesting. Axe Mystic Art would persist even when a different weapon was in use, while under the special effect Mystic Dyad. Oh, okay. Fix an issue that appeared did not. Ah, yes. I was wondering what happened to all the soul matching costs. I'm like, did they all just vanish? So that was strange. I'm glad that they addressed that. Get on to bugs with the Blacksmith. Okay, fix an issue. Blah, blah, blah. What else do we got? Are any of these that important? Fix an issue with the forge feature of the Blacksmith where it is possible to forge using 0 items. Exploits. I'm sure people aren't necessarily happy about that, but that's important. Alright, other bugs. An issue where ethereal weapons did not power up when the plus value was above plus 28. What's the point then? I'm glad they addressed this. Fix an issue with the life gauge values and does not display correctly when the health of the character was above 100,000. You mean 10,000. I don't know anybody with 100,000 health. That's some crazy whatever's happening. But what I did notice is if you had like over 10,000 health, then it didn't register the 5th digit whatsoever. So now they, I guess, addressed that. Okay, specific enemies didn't appear. That's good that they addressed that. An issue, Guardian Spirits right before landing yokai ability attack. Okay. Weird. They healed when reflecting projectiles. Okay. Yeah, that would be annoying, especially for specific bosses. Ah, this is funny. Giant Toad Fire Shuriken. Using a Gust Talisman. The Fire Shuriken would split and cause a large amount of damage. By type, it's not available. Okay. Alright, well, none of these are too huge in terms of massive impact. And then the last page, fix an issue where scroll selection settings was not available, or sorry, was not visible when playing with 4K. That's kind of important. Fix an issue in expedition mode where mission information was not displayed correctly when multiple rooms were displayed and search results were custom match. Okay. Fix an issue where arm guards would not display when fists were sheathed, when display melee weapon, and basic game settings was set to hide shield weapons. Okay. So overall, like, there aren't nearly as many changes, but some of the changes that they've made have been pretty huge. So again, these patches are helpful. I'm still hoping for other things to be addressed, but by and large, if you haven't played DLC 2, go for it. It's a blast. It's a lot of fun. In any case, that's it for this thing, Twitch, YouTube thing, whatever. So I guess I'll see you guys sometime later.